Well, boys, I told you they were going for more people. I told you to get ready. It just happened. Epoch has gotten the second legal nuke. So, let's talk about it. This is the announcement from the management of Epoch in the main Discord of Epoch. As you guys know, Epoch is a custom vanilla server with a lot of hype that was blowing up like 8 people concurrent at one point. I don't know the actual peak. It was peaking really big. It was a big deal. This is easily the second biggest Classic Plus server after Total WoW, so this should be a very big deal. And as you can see here, multiple members of the Project Epoch team, so they also did the same playbook from the Total WoW lawsuit where they tracked down everybody involved and they sent them a cease and desist from Blizzard Entertainment. In compliance, we are shutting down the services that we are able to. Very important wording here. We are able to, including the website. Why do they say we are able to shut down? Because as you guys know, a month or so ago, Epoch had a lot of server issues and I don't know if they sold it, if they willingly transferred the server, what happened, but they got a deal with Ascension, one of the biggest private server groups, for-profit businesses in the private server community, and they basically have Ascension run the entire project. That's my understanding of what happened, more or less. So Ascension is the people that are calling the shots, more or less. So they cannot really shut down Epoch if they want anymore because they gave it away. Maybe in exchange for money, maybe not. I do not know what happened. I am not that naive anymore. I don't think they would do it for free, but I don't have any evidence for that. So keep that in mind. Ascension runs Epoch now, and the cease and desist went to the original developers that had Epoch before giving it to Ascension, and we are ceasing any activity that could be construed as marketing, distributing, or supporting Project Epoch, any emulated WoW servers, and any WoW client software, including any Epoch client software or updates. We will not be involved with or operate private servers for any Blizzard or Activision games. So it is as clear as it gets. The developers are saying they are not going to work on Epoch anymore. They are going to shut down everything they can. But once again, here is where the people and the confusion is starting in. Is Epoch going to shut down? Is it not? People are saying it is. People are saying it is not. This is why, because in the Ascension Discord, we had people from Ascension staff talking about it, and they are saying something very different. The Kesan and Gurubashi realms are going to continue online and developed. There is an existing full roadmap for the Epoch content. A lot of that content is already made and it will be released. A team will be assembled to continue development and fulfill that roadmap. So they seem to be implying here that the developers left because of this cease and desist and they gotta make a new team for that. That's what it kind of implies. The vision and values of the project are gonna be maintained. It's gonna be a more pure Classic Plus vanilla, no pay to win shop items, whatever. They are also making some other features like a recovery services panel. That's like for bugs or whatnot. And that's not important at this moment. They say here, efforts against RMT are successful with hundreds of accounts getting banned for botting and gold selling. They obviously know that botting and gold selling is the reason that a lot of people are leaving Blizzard for private servers. So of course they want to hammer that home, stand apart from Blizzard to market their own server. And here an in-game bug tracker is getting added on the next update that will help prioritize the most major issues. And I will have more updates soon. So that's pretty much it. It would seem that Ascension is planning to keep business as usual. It would seem that Ascension is planning to just keep the server going no matter what the original developers want, and that opens a couple scenarios of what is really going on here. First of all, the people from Epoch actually bailed out on Ascension and had Ascension run everything because they lost interest in the project or they got paid. I don't know. I don't want to rule it out. It is definitely possible that happened. I do not know, and they don't want to have anything to do with Epoch, and they just left Ascension to run everything, and because of this cease and desist, they want to officially cut all ties, but Ascension wants to keep running the project. Now, if that is the case, that is kind of messed up, because that would imply that Ascension is probably aware that these people are gonna get in real trouble with the law, I don't think this is gonna fly that, oh yeah, we're not officially in Ascension anymore, we're not officially working on Epoch, but the server is still running. Are the lawyers gonna be satisfied for that? I don't know, probably not. So like, there is a non-zero possibility that Blizzard is looking at this, and they might decide to pull the trigger anyway and sue them anyway, just because Ascension is still running the project. Are they aware of that? Is Ascension knowingly putting these people under the bus, knowing that they might get real serious legal problems, implications, consequences if they keep running the server? Are they running the server against the wishes of the original developers? We do not know. There is a second scenario, however. This is the second scenario. Are these people just saying they are not working on Epoch anymore? Are they saying they are not part of Epoch? They are obeying the cease and desist letter, but they restructure the entire server, and are they gonna come back under a different identity and keep trying to do this at a later date? I know it sounds crazy, but it has happened before that a person gets taken down or they got in like a corruption scandal and they miraculously come back. You know, a person pops out of nowhere with 20 years of experience, you know, that just happened to exist and nobody heard about until now. And that's something that could happen. They could be still working in the shadows in this project and they are just trying to get out of the heat. I do not know if that's the case. I think that's pretty foolish if that's what they are trying to do. I don't think Blizzard is gonna be fooled by that if that's the case. Either way, this looks pretty grim for the people involved here. A cease and desist letter is a precursor to a lawsuit. It is a warning. We are gonna sue you if you do not stop doing this. It doesn't guarantee that you are not gonna get sued. And, you know, a lawyer in Blizzard could very easily make an argument that, yes, sure, they are saying they are following the letter, but the server is still up. So are they really ceasing and desisting? Did they really stop? This might be grounds for a lawsuit in their end. But it would seem that Epoch is not getting shut down, at least not now. I think this is a mistake. Okay, I am not saying Epoch should be shut down. I will tell you exactly what the people at Turtle Wow and Epoch should do. And this is not legal advice. I am not a lawyer. I don't know if you can tell that a bomb is not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. This is more getting the community in the right space of mind, okay? Why is Blizzard so hesitant, or was so hesitant, to take down private servers? Mr. Epoch, Mr. Turtle Wow. Nostalrius was a gigantic crapstorm. Blizzard had a PR disaster. Blizzard was terrified of the community. Everybody was rioting over it, and they never wanna go through that again. Why are people not mad at the lawsuit at Turtle Wow and the cease and desist at Epoch? The servers are still up. As far as the player is concerned, the server is going just fine. Now, if I were them, and I am not, that's why I am poor, I would shut down the servers for a week. I would call Turtle Wow, honestly. I would be, hey, Shena, shut down Turtle Wow for a week. Why? I want to get people mad. If the entire community is mad that they shut down Turtle Wow and Epoch at the same time, that might lead to a crap storm long enough that the marketing people might convince legal to not take action against these servers. That's what I would do. I am a bit of a stinker. I would fake announce that the server is getting shut down for like a week or something like that, and just get people really mad and then come back, of course, but that's what I would do. The only way they can beat Blizzard, the only way they can survive, is not through legal means. There is zero choice, there is zero shot in hell they can survive a Blizzard lawsuit. There is zero way you can say that this is fair use or that this is actually like not copyright infringement, whatever. You are not gonna do that. But if Blizzard is scared enough of the community and the outrage and the backlash that they feel that doing the lawsuit is not gonna be worth all the trouble, that might keep them afloat. Might. I feel a week of shutting down the servers for both of them at the same time would make a big message, and I think that would get a lot of people really freaking mad, and that's exactly what I would want if I were them. I have no horse in this race, I do not play either server, so I do not really care, but yeah, if it was me, out of self-preservation, that's what I would do. I am a stinker. I am a big stinker. I think neither Turtle or Epoch played it particularly well. I will not put Everlook, the guy that got shut down yesterday, on the same category because that's a dead server that's 3 years old. So that guy is not gonna get in a legal battle. He's not gonna risk it for a server with 50 people. I get it. It's fine. But this shows the entire plan of Blizzard. The Turtle WoW nuke wasn't in a vacuum. The actual racketeering lawsuit, getting people in very serious, very real, life-affecting, potentially life-ruining legal consequences, especially the American guy, is sending a message. This was a very orchestrated attack. We first nuke a person, we ruin like 3 people's lives, potentially. We haven't seen it yet, the lawsuit hasn't gone off yet, we're gonna know eventually. But after we do that and we show that we are willing and capable of finding you and nuking you and maybe getting you a racketeering charge, and that's potential jail time, by the way, that's no joke, RICO is a serious business, then we can go to every other server and tell them, we sued everybody, we did it, we can do it. Are you gonna try to not stop? Or are you gonna follow the cease and desist and stop before we do something serious? Because now Blizzard threats are believable. I am not saying if they disobey the cease and desist is gonna be problems, but it is likely now, it is possible, they show they are capable and willing to do it, so the threats are very believable when Blizzard says they wanna sue you. And I would not wanna be in the sides of the Blizzard legal team, oh no. Overall, same news as before, Blizzard is gonna send cease and desist to everybody they can reach. They probably sent letters to people we haven't heard about. We might hear about it, we might not. I imagine Ascension got a letter, for example, but yes, they are not gonna say it probably, they are not gonna say it. These people, the actual Epoch developers and founders, I think regardless of what happens, they are in serious trouble. I will not feel safe just because I claimed to follow a cease and desist. That's not gonna be good. I would not like to be those guys. And that kind of, that's what happens when you give away your server to somebody else. You lose control. What happens if you need to shut it down or you're gonna get in real trouble and you can't? That's no fun. We are live on Twitch every single day, so subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.